Let's give this a go, shall we? Hi, I'm Sarah. I am the Bogan Crafter on Instagram. I'm also leading the crazy for my everyday life to life stuff. And I've decided to give this whole blogging, podcasting. Is it semantics? Is there a right answer? Am I going to get ganged up on by playing the wrong terms? Anyway, let's give this vlogging, podcasting, crochet thing a go. I am a 40-year-old woman living in the very beautiful Jervis Bay in New South Wales, Australia, home of the whitest sand in the world, and to my 4 children and my 2 dogs. So I apologise for the inevitable life noises, but I do live in a crazy house with an army I created all by myself. Next like goldfish? We'll see. No, they're not a bad lot. I am a multi-crafter who predominantly falls to crochet. It's what I find the easiest, the most soothing. It's what I always come back to. What do people want to know in this? If it was a knitting blog, I'd announce my drink. And I am Australian, so I do have one, because it's also Sunday afternoon. So I got a nice glass of rosé. I am desperately waiting for my ice to freeze so I can make some espresso martinis, because coffee and I, we have a thing. It is true love. It is the deepest of deepest true love. What do people want to know? Like, I might do a 10 things about me. I could do that 20 things tag that's going around. I saw that Bagaday did with her husband, and then Ella and a few other people did. But my answers to all of those is, oh, I love them both, or oh, I don't have a favourite. I think that would be really boring. So maybe I'll just do 10 things about me, and maybe I'll just act like I've been doing this forever. Excuse the inevitable rambling. It's going to happen. I'm not in charge of it. I'm not in charge of it in my everyday life. I'm not in charge of it in this. I should be, but I'm a Luddite, and editing? Yeah, slightly beyond me at this stage, one step at a time. So if we were to go on, my first thing is generally, is it acquisitions? I got none. I haven't been to Spotlight, which is our equivalent of Hobby Lobby, Joann's and Michael's, because I'm still an essential worker and I am in 3 different hardware stores for numerous hours a day. I'm a hardware rep, touching hundreds of products and dealing with people who don't quite have the saying of essential buying. So I've been avoiding going to places I don't need to go. I could very easily be a super carrier because the 3 different towns I'm in. I don't know. You can't guarantee that you're not asymptomatic or pre-symptomatic, and I am just trying to stay home as much as I can when I'm not at work. When I'm at work, I'm taking precautions, and unfortunately that means no Spotlight runs. I am trying to support more indie dyers and spinners, especially because in Australia here we've had the bushfires, the flooding, and now the corona. Slightly scared of what April's going to bring. Still a better year for me personally than last year, so at least I've got that going for me. So after acquisitions, it's normally what? Foes? Now, if you are on my Instagram, you would have seen me dealing with the Rainbow Monstrosity. It isn't an 8-ply acrylic that my daughter chose. It's soft enough, and coming into winter she can wear it with leggings or tights because it's going to get cool and she will love it. I really love the pattern I've come up with. I do not love this yarn in this application. You ready? The Rainbow Monstrosity. Little skirt full of frills. I do have just a slight, everything's pretty much half double crochet. Your waistband just folded in half elastic, 5 rows. A back loop detail, 5 rows, back loop detail, 5 rows, back loop detail, and then frills galore. There is a tiny section on the back, where do we go from, which is that long, which I'm the only one that's going to notice, where I ran out of yarn. She won't notice, you can't even tell looking at it. It all just looks like ruffles galore and rainbow vomit. So she is very happy. She's been asking for it for a long time. I've been slogging away. I do wish I'd made it in cream. But where's she going to wear it to anyway? And let's face it, she will love this. And I will just try and convince her to wear it with a plain t-shirt and plain stockings. Good luck, right? That has been my biggest FO. I have also finished the Broomer hat. It's Broomer, by Joy of Motion Crochet. This, I'm not sure what yarn it was. It was just in my stash. I'm going to assume an acrylic of some sort, quite soft. More a 10 ply than an 8 ply. 8 ply seems to be the common one in Australia, but this one is a bit weightier. It is a nice double brimmed. It's free on her blog, but you can get it as a paid podcast. Wow. I really want to be one of those women that put on a beanie and they're beautiful, their hair is flowing, and they step out like a model to make love to the camera. Instead, I just look like a Bogan Dello. Like, how? I think that's the next skill I want to tackle, wearing a beanie, because I haven't passed that skill in my 40 years. But anyway, it's nice and warm. It is quite tall. I think maybe I'll make another one with a few less repeats. I love grey and yellow, but this one I intentionally made slightly more masculine because my husband works up the top of the mountains, and coming into winter it gets freezing up there. So he can wear it, I can wear it. The hardware stores I'm in, the equivalent of Home Depot and Lowe's, I think you call it, Americans call it, the equivalent to those, but it has no heating in it, so it gets quite cool. And even though we're social isolating, literally at the end of my street is a little bush track to a creek where I walk the dogs, and it will keep my head nice and cool, and I'm not going to be too worried when the dog goes swimming in the creek or the basin and then flicks the mud everywhere. Machine washable, nice and easy, really easy pattern. It was a nice enjoyable way to spend an afternoon. I just need to figure out how to wear the beanie and turn into a beautiful person. It's not going to happen anytime soon. What else have I finished? Oh, so my only daughter, the littlest, is a bit learning disabled, and so we decided on, she's 9, but we're a few years behind, we decided on a picnic for the stuffies so I could teach her about some simple fractions, and because the stuffies did so well, they got Le Cupcake. Le Cupcake. He was just done with some scraps I have. He's got a little bobble, little cheekies. I need to work on my embroidery, but I think that's mostly because the only needles I can find at the moment are these plastic ones. I don't know where my proper yarn needle went. It's better than nothing. Oh, no ends. No ends. I actually have finished objects that are finished objects. You don't understand. That never happens. Ever. Never, ever, ever, ever happens. My finished objects always have to end because I'm a 90%er. I'm trying hard not to be, but I am. Do I have any other? Oh, the only other finished objects I have is this was the Cupcakes with a Swirl Frosting by Candy Bond Sweet. It is a free pattern. It was really cute, really easy. It's made in parts, but the sewing is really minimal. And the stuffies loved it. I'm just using it to throw at various children at the moment to get them to pay attention to me, because everyone's avoiding me so I don't make them do schoolwork. The only other thing I have finished, this was also in the Marble, which is Spotlight's own brand, 8 plies that I had lying around. The same as the only other thing I've finished this week. A handful of scrunchies. Really quite simple, single crochet around, and then depending on what part of the world you're from, either a double or a treble, 2 layers, 2 in each hole. She loves them. They're going to keep her happy. And hopefully she loses less hair ties, because I am buying hair ties every 2.5 bloody seconds, and it drives me up the bloody wall. That is all my FOs. What else do I have? That's it. That's it. And the ends are all sewn in. Go me, ends all sewn in. Now it comes to the whip it real good. What have I got? Whips. I have, oh, can I say that word? I'm Australian, so I know I can say it, but I know the rest of the world doesn't appreciate it. Let's call it a bottom. This is the Bunny Bum flower pot. He is by Doriana Revelle, and he is just in some marble 8-ply yarn, except for this, which I got my daughter after Christmas from the reject shop. They had strings of pom-poms, which were meant to go on the tree, I guess, for 25 cents, which Australians, you'll know, nothing is ever 25 cents here. So I've just sewn him on because I was too lazy to make a pom-pom. Just need to put the little pink toes and foot on. And in the picture, she's got a fake plant. Thinking I might crochet one. I haven't decided yet. I'll have to see what fake plants I've got lying around. I don't think I've got very much. I did change the flower pot slightly and the feet slightly. This is quite cute. It'll make my daughter smile. I do wish I had put some weights in the bottom of this so it would sit better. But hopefully I'll get him done by next weekend, which is Easter, people. So that is nice, cute, really quite well written pattern. I didn't have any problems with him. I just got distracted, and so it was easier just to change the plant pot. And I did change, I think the feet are slightly cuter, so she has you doing doubles all the way around, but I switched it down to a half and then singles. The next FO I have is, did you guys watch Virgin River? In one of the scenes, the main actress has a granny throwing over her while she's watching a storm, and the granny square blanket has like chains in it. I tried to screenshot it, but Netflix don't like you doing that. But I couldn't find, so I went searching and I couldn't find this anywhere online. So I've been playing around trying to get the right spacing. I think I need to go with the hook, a size. This is the granny square. So this was just my test run with the scrap of the yellow from the Bremer hat. I really don't know what it is. I'm liking it. I think if I go up, and I think I need to play with the chain spacing. Now I went through every single granny square I could find on Ravelry, and I couldn't find this. So if anyone has it and wants to swap or do something, if I say anyone, let's say you and me, Mum, you and me. I'm not tying my hair back though. I would get in touch. I'd love to maybe figure out if we can do a swap or something. I guess with the mail system it might be hard. I know the mail's still working, but what happens when you send overseas? I don't know. But that's what I'm working on. I think that as a nice big blanket would look really lovely. Thinking maybe in this maroon colour. Stupidly, so we moved down here nearly 2 years ago. We had health problems, and we had my brother-in-law passing of cancer. Actually, his anniversary is next week, his first. But when we moved down here, I destashed. I went through, I hadn't done anything for a long time, and I donated a lot of stuff. And then last year, let's face it, wasn't right off. It's worse than this year for me and my family. I haven't actually had a lot of build up back. So my stash has to get me through. I believe there's one more bag in the garage full of this fibre cottonwood in a few different colours. But hopefully I can make do with what I have and get a few nice little treats for me from the indie dyers, which I'm really looking forward to. So that is my only other whip for the moment. I do have a few things I'd like to cast on. Do you call it cast on? Like, I know we're hookers, but hook on doesn't seem right. I still call it cast on. The only other thing I would like to do is this guy is 38 years old. He was given to me when I was in hospital from a burnt cup of tea for a long time, and he needs a little bit fixing. So he's got a little hole there. This was from my pet rats a million years ago, Ducky and Littlefoot. And a little bit on his hand, which I don't know from. He is well loved. I used to take this little guy everywhere. This is Timothy. Got me through the hospital and then was dragged along with every single experiment I ever did, I guess. Another little hole on his arm. So I'm going to try and fix him the best I can without altering the character. He doesn't do much anymore. Timothy's had enough. He's tired. He wants to be retired. So he generally just hangs out with my yarn. I think that's all the whips I've got. All the FOs I've got. Tails on them. Oh. For the stuffy picnic, I was trying to make toast and Vegemite, which, by the way, people, just a smear. Just a smear. That's a horrible word. But my toast sucks. It's all just flimsy, so I was thinking I might need to double the layers and sew them together. Does anyone have a good toast pattern? Like the Vegemite splodger, I'm sure I can figure out. But I just, toast just looks a bit flimsy. I don't know what. But that's all I've got going. I do have the Lost Souls shawl sitting next to me, but it is an old whip. I did this in a big chunky yarn because where I used to live in Western Sydney it was a lot cooler. So I think I'd like to make a finer version of him. He's just with a cotton and he was my workhorse. I do need a new shawl to go, shawl scarf for when I'm in the cold this winter. That's it. I don't really know what to say here. I might do a 10 things about me. So you get to know who I am. I'm just watching because I'm way, I think I can see one of the little kangaroos. We have quite a big kangaroo population where I am here, and let's face it, I get distracted easily. But I might leave you here. This is the Bogan Crafter on Instagram, leading the crazy also. I think I'm Lemon Shake on Ravelry, but I suck at uploading things there. That's all. I mean, this is where they say like and subscribe, but Mum, you probably don't want to, which is alright. I still love you, even if you don't like and subscribe to me. And I will be back next week. I'll try and do a 10 things and upload it so you get to know who the hell I am if you're interested. Mum, you probably should already know all this stuff, and I'll see you all later. Bye.